just wanted to share from Evergy at 12:55. We have reported 104 residents without power right now. They're managing very well and they're keeping up with their calls. But if you have any outages, you need to report those by calling 888-544-4852, and then you can also go on their website. An update from the Kansas City Fire Department is over the last 24 hours, Kansas City Fire Department has responded to 466 calls. 67 of those were traffic accidents. We had 6 structure fires, 259 medical calls, 55 falls, and 1 water operation. The KCFD prepped days in advance for this, and we have 3 extra 4-wheel drive emergency vehicles, allowing us to get to people in need quicker. We also have our own plow working to make sure that stations are operational. We do want to make sure people understand with this number of calls that you're staying off the roads and that staying home is the safest option for you. Without further ado, the Mayor of Kansas City, Quentin Lucas.
Thanks so much, Sheree. First of all, I want to start by telling the community thank you. You have heeded the calls of staying off the streets. That has allowed us to not only pre-treat, and thank you to all of our departments that have been active in that, but also continue our snow removal operations. We have several hundred trucks that are out on the streets, up to 300, that are addressing issues right now. But as we know, it continues to snow heavily, and so this will be an operation that we expect to continue for several days. So for us, there are a number of different things that the city has already addressed and announced. First of all, we'll note just by background that the crews began pre-treating on Friday. That meant that some did not have trash picked up on Friday. More will not have trash and recycling picked up on Monday and Tuesday of next week so that our crews can address these issues. Of course, as we deal with this winter storm, the only issue isn't snow and ice. It's also the cold weather and the temperatures. City manager, our public works director, and others will work, and certainly we will share with the public our plans for trash pickup and other service delivery throughout the week. The cold weather is as much of a challenge as the snow and ice is as well. When you get these sub-zero temperatures, at least sub-zero wind chills, we know that it can have a negative impact not just on our workforce but also our residents, and so we're making sure we address all of those issues. I'll say once again, to prioritize our snow operations and driver safety, trash and recycling is canceled for Monday and Tuesday, and then the following week, affected residents can place 2 extra bags at the curb without needing your extra bag tags. In connection with city services, City Hall itself will also be closed on Monday and Tuesday, and so those who have business at City Hall expect to do that either remotely or contact those with whom you were expecting to meet to address any number of issues there. At the Kansas City Municipal Court, hearings will be held virtually on Monday and Tuesday, except the walk-in docket, which will be canceled. For city planning inspections, we'll note that they can be rescheduled, and residents should use the Compass KC app to ensure that they're addressing those issues. At the aviation department, we will note that since the onset of the winter storm and to ensure flight operations, KCI airport staff have been working to ensure runways are cleared, the taxiways are addressed, and that the airport itself is operational. That being said, anyone who has been up there or has flights knows that many flights are canceled. We encourage you to stay in touch with your airlines to look to see what the future for your flights, departures, and arrivals will be. Our mode now is the KCI airport is open. There are a number of cancellations. That is largely an airline decision itself, and so continue to contact airlines in connection with it. And we will also note that we have a few dozen passengers that have remained at the terminal, so we have kept restaurants, other services open extra hours to make sure that folks who are at KCI Airport have something to eat, something to drink, and certainly can have as hospitable a stay in Kansas City as they can given the circumstances. We appreciate the patience of everyone at aviation, certainly everyone who's dealing with the city right now in connection with this storm. As the storm continues to evolve, we just ask folks to continue to have patience. We have hundreds of people out there doing outstanding work. That being said, we have snow still falling. We have incredibly cold and frigid temperatures, and we have real human beings that are driving our plows, that are keeping our runways clear, that are making sure baggage gets on airplanes. At all of our different levels, this requires us to make sure that those people are taken care of, that they're getting sufficient breaks, that we make sure that we have adequate staffing to address all the issues. And so we thank you for your patience there. A few take-home points, and then I'll turn it over to the city manager. We continue to collaborate with other agencies around us. That includes the Missouri Department of Transportation. As we've said in previous days, we have staffing challenges at the city as well, but we believe that we have set up a process that allows us to address the public safety needs of this community. We have required folks to come into work. It's mandatory. We have folks that are working overtime, and we're using every single department. There are people in the health department that are driving snow plows. There are people in city planning and development. And so we encourage all other agencies to do the same to make sure that people can safely traverse our city. I will also note that all of our departments have worked extensively in preparation for this storm, not just in summertime planning in connection with the storm, but also in the previous week. And thank you, City Manager, for convening those meetings where all of our department directors and leadership made sure that we would be prepared for the storm. I know there will be many questions with some departments and agencies as to how we did. We'll always make sure we do that review work. We'll have lots of thoughts. We'll be sure to share it all with you. But for now, we're making sure that we're responding to the storm as quickly as possible. Snow is not new to Kansas City. Cold weather is not new to Kansas City. What's new to Kansas City, I believe, is this collaborative and effective approach we've had in addressing this storm. The people behind me and our hundreds of employees, if not thousands of employees associated with Kansas City, have done a banner job in making sure that we have a community that's continuing to deliver effective emergency services. We ask you to stay off the roads today and probably through Monday. I know our school district partners will likely give you word on closings or openings, but my recommendation would be that for tomorrow, if you don't need to go to a physical structure, then don't. We have a lot of work that we continue to do. We have a lot of precipitation that continues to fall, and we'll make sure that we're ready on that emergency basis. We'll be back to answer questions later, but now I'll turn it over to our city manager, Brian Platt.
Thank you, Mayor. Really proud of our team that's been out 24 hours a day since Friday morning, pre-treating our roads into the snow removal operation now. We're focused right now on clearing the roads from snow. We're putting our plows down and just pushing that snow off the streets. We wait to add more pre-treating until the roads are fully clear from salt, until all of the snow has stopped falling. So we're probably not going to start pre-treating again until maybe tonight or tomorrow, depending upon how the next few hours go. This morning was a little busy. We had rapid snowfall, rapid accumulation. You're seeing a lot of volume of snow out there, but our plows are working hard and getting to it and clearing streets and catching up with it now. We've got a fleet of 300 plows. We've got 400 drivers that cycle through to make sure we've got enough infrastructure and resources in all the right places. We're not seeing any widespread issues with anything, just the volume of snow and just pushing it off the streets. A couple of reminders about city services. One, most importantly, our community centers are open. 8 community centers through our park system that are open as warming centers as needed. Ride KC, KCATA, all the buses are open as warming buses. We've got our emergency cold weather shelter activated for the unhoused community with up to 400 beds as needed through Hope Faith as the front door if anybody needs those services. City services will be closed. Non-essential city services are closed tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday. We will be working remotely as much as possible, focusing on clearing our streets and making sure that people can access what they need to access. Really, we're just at this 24 hours a day until all of our streets are clear and clean of all the snow and ice.
We have always, and I want to make sure I'm respectful because a lot of people have been here for some time, we've always had outstanding staff in public works and water and parks that have been driving plow trucks for us. What we have not always done is seeing how we can leverage the entirety of our city operation and workforce to do it. You are seeing us actively do that, engaging lots of people in the effort, and I think you're seeing the results. I believe yesterday I had seen a number. We have roughly 6,400 lane miles to address for, as Director Shaw noted, for us to hit pre-treatment on every street in Kansas City, for us to have plow routes that are hitting every part of Kansas City. It takes more people than just in those few departments alone, and so we thank them. I also want to note and thank our General Services Department, the Fleet Division that keeps these trucks going. There are lots of incidents and challenges that can impact our ability to respond, and compared to when I first got to this gig or some of the others up here, where we would have a number of trucks that were idled, where we had equipment that was broken. I think you're seeing the focus here, making sure that we can address these operations as quickly, as swiftly as possible to make sure the people of Kansas City can traverse our city when the time is right safely. Other questions for you? All right, if not, go Chiefs. We'll see you.
Thank you, and we'll have it.